minimize it oncoming. That would do it. Alright, avionics on. Why did it do that? Sometimes they stick. Oh, okay. I think it needs this needs 392 needs a little less nitrogen in it. This one needs a little more. Okay. Alright, throttle friction. Good idle check when it's closed. What's that?
That's for your run up. You must be going up to your, you already tell your run up.
Oh yeah, you're right. I switched columns. Alright, so fuel pump off. Fuel pressure is good. Lights is required.
Just leave your mixture in.
You're good. Okay, protects these seatbelts, harnessed.
Avionics and ADIS, and then now just go to all your radio stuff.
Okay. So ADIS is on 124.225, that's right here. Go to COM.
Syracuse Ground Control, good afternoon, City 16.
I would go like this, so that way you want to talk. You don't screw it up. Yeah. This you just monitor it, but this you monitor and talk, okay?
Right.
So just leave it center.
Syracuse Airport information, Foxtrot.
If you want to go like that,
Alpha and 10.
that comes off the speaker.
Roger.
Now you would hear both. So we're on COM 1, where we can communicate.
31.
We can monitor COM 2, but we don't need the background of the other radio, so just kind of go like that.
At this time, notice to airman
This is if you want to monitor another radio.
Okay,
but you can't transmit on it, right?
Over Aerodome, advise you on initial.
Okay, so that puts us transmit and receive on COM 1.
Right, and it transmits receive on COM 2.
Information, Foxtrot, time 1954 Zulu, wind 080 at 11, visibility 10, sky condition clear, temperature 17, dew point 06, altimeter 3031. Visual approach runway 10, approach in use. Fuel condition, bird activity lights at this time. Notice to airman, cranes 3.8 miles southwest Syracuse Airport, 525 feet AGL, over Aerodome, advise you on initial contact to have information, Foxtrot.
And 12505.
Syracuse Airport information, Foxtrot. Time.
And just 3,000 is the practice area.
3,000 the practice area. Okay, we don't need to tell them we have Foxtrot?
No, you do.
You do, okay.
Yep.
Syracuse clearance, Archer 3, 254.
Archer 3 at 254, Syracuse clearance.
We have information, Foxtrot, requesting 3,000 feet to the practice area, please.
That's remain at below 2,000 within 5 miles.
Archer 254, maintain VFR out of below 2,000 within 5 miles of the Syracuse Airport. Departure frequency 126.12, squawk 5317.
VFR at or below 2,000 within 5 miles of the airport. Departure on 126.12, squawk 5317, Archer 3, 254.
Archer 254, readback is correct. And will you be doing any practice approaches whenever you come back to Syracuse?
Yeah, we'll probably do a couple landings when we come back. VFR though, in the pattern.
Roger that. Archer 254, have a good flight.
Thanks, you have a trainee up there?
Yeah, there could be some training going on up here in a little bit, but just more so for our remarks if you were doing any ILS approaches or anything like that.
Oh yeah, he's just a VFR pilot.
After that, have a good flight.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. 3031 is in. So,
So now we got a tower departure right there. Well, that's how I normally work out of here. Yep. I mean, this is a better radio, so I use them in the air as much as I can. Not to say I don't use this radio in the air, but...
it's 121.7, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so taxi to runway 10, Foxtrot, right? Or at 6.
Yeah, because you don't say Foxtrot now. And so you'll hear some places, like some airline guys, just ready to
Don't say it.
You don't have to say it, because you've already established that you get Foxtrot. It doesn't hurt, but I mean, you don't have to either.
Got it. Syracuse ground, Archer 38254 at Signature Main, request taxi to runway 10.
Archer 38254, Syracuse ground. Do you want full length or intersection departure?
We'll take November 38254 if we can.
254, runway 10, taxi via November Hotel. I'm not quite sure what your response was. I think you said full length.
Yeah, we'll do full length to taxi 10 via November Hotel. That's fine. Okay. I can worry about it. Yep. Alright, you didn't hear me. I guess that's fine. Yep. We can go from November though, but
right, so he cleared us, right?
Yep, November Hotel. This radio sucks too. I think it bleeds over a little bit. I think this is a plane.
Second radio does?
Yeah, so which is why I use Comp 1 more in the air than anything else. Got windy out.
Yeah, it did.
Usually calms down this time of day. But there's a coastal storm and it's kind of more at the edge of it.
So Yankee, then November.
Nope, November Hotel.
November Hotel.
He's down there. This is November. Yep.
Out of the or away from sun.
I'm not complaining about the sun then. Now, when you get to the check route, we will go to the run-up area, but...
Okay, running up right here.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a lot of traffic, then go over there, but there's no traffic ever, so...
Alright, so brakes are set, fuel is on the right-hand tank, and it's full. Alright, trim for takeoff. Oops.
You know what, maybe we'll have you shoot the ILS if they want you to do that. I got foggles. We gotta do instrument time with you anyway, so maybe we'll do that. I'll shoot an instrument flight.
Okay. Flight controls are up, down, right, up, up. Okay. On-seater lights.
Now make sure you go up. So you can see how you get, so you don't have the vacuum light on.
Yep. Alright, the instruments. Okay, so, emitter looks good. Eye looks good. Speed is 0.
Just pull it. All you do is pull it.
Yep. Turn coordinators turned. Check this.
The other one.
Oops. There.
That says you're heading into any bug to 10. No, 10.
10.
That's 010. That's 10.
Yeah. And the vertical speed is 0. Okay. Oil pressure is a little down, but that's because of the...
Again, go through your run-up first, go right in order. Don't jump around. Mix your best power, primer in and locked.
Mixture best power, primer in, locked.
No,
2000 RPM.
because you want to check it running.
1000 RPM mags, right and left.
You're looking for less than 100 RPM drop.
And carb heat. That all look good. Vacuum looks good.
And just go to your engine instruments.
Oil pressure's good.
And then you also just flick your pitot heat on because it draws a lot of amperage. That's all you're doing. You're not so much checking pitot heat per se. You're checking to make sure that works.
Yeah.
And then check your fuel pressure.
Fuel pressure is good.
Flip this on, back on, and back it off again to make sure it stays the same. So if you work on a flow left to right, kind of it doesn't. The checklist doesn't go that way, but if you get a nice flow left to right, because that's how we read. Kind of a way to do it.
Idle closed. And way down, and it's good. Okay. Alright, flaps are down. Mixture to best power. Carb heat is off. Fuel pump to on. Spawner, don't have to touch that. Heading bug is set. Pitot heat off. Of course. Doors are locked. Those landing light on. Strobes on. Need that on?
Those are your nav lights, but you can put them on if they might be on already. These are your strobes right here.
You have to turn that, dial that all the way up?
No, just click it on. That's all it does. That does your radio lights and nav lights.
Okay. Okay. Good to go.
Alright. Flip the comm 1.
It's 120.3. Syracuse Tower, Archer 38254, ready to go at 10.
Archer 38254, Syracuse Tower, wind is 120 at 11, runway 10, clear for takeoff, and you can proceed on course.
Runway 10, clear for takeoff, 38254, proceed on course. Okay, rotated 570. Center line. Full throttle. Airspeed's coming up. Five, 70.
Now if you need to add some down trim. And that's how you climb up. You don't have to hold down really hard. So always think about collision avoidance so you can see in front of you, even though controlled airspace. We all make mistakes.
Turn left about 060. You guys hit your heading bug? 060. Okay, now if you had an engine failure right now, where would you go?
I would go back to that runway right there.
254, contact departure, have a good day.
42 departure, 3254. So. Syracuse departure 3254, leaving 1200.
Australia 254, Syracuse departure, contact, proceed on course, climb request to be altitude approved.
What do you say about the altitude?
On course, 254.
On course 3254.
We said BFR altitude is approved.
Syracuse.
Alright, so turn to 030, it's going to head over there. Right about there.
Kilo 3896, Syracuse clear, Syracuse altimeter 3030, turn 10 degrees left, vectors visual, runway 10.
So that basically means
And plan on the visual 10.
clearing you when you went to clearance that main at below 2,000 within 5 miles of the airport.
Yep.
So he's clearing you from that. We can go above 2,000 feet now.
Right.
Now, in reality, they're nice here.
Yeah.
They tell you, sometimes they say remain at below 2,000. Yep. Because the traffic's coming off the VOR. A lot of times they come off the VOR. You can hear flight of the VOR, depart the VOR 090 heading. They're shooting you down this way to keep you north of 228.
Yep.
So they would keep us at 2,000 and the jets or whatever go over our heads.
Okay.
So that's why. But they always tell you that, but then they release you from that.
Yep.
But they would tell you once again. They wouldn't just not tell you.
Yep. So you want to go to 3,000 feet?
Yeah. Head over to the left a little bit more. We're just going to kind of go to this area instead of over there because of we're using 10 today.
Go straight north, maybe?
Yeah, it's perfect. Like right about here. See that tower to the right out there?
Tower to the right.
Way out there. It's straight across the lakes, off to our right a little bit.
Nope.
Yeah, it's way out there. Just gotta avoid that. Okay. You'll see it in a few minutes. Alright, so these are all the air maneuvers you gotta do for your private. The air work. First one we'll do is slow flight. Now, before you do any maneuver, you gotta do clearing turns.
Yep.
Well, if you read about them or talked about them a little bit, I don't do them all the time because
13000 for 110.
a waste of time. As we get closer, you check ride, I add them back in again.
Number 3030, join proceed Dr. Moyak and join the localizer for the visual approach in 10. Just to maintain tree down.
Alright, direct to Moyak and join the localizer for runway 10.
Now put your nose on the nuke plant out there.
Okay, over there.
Put your nose on the nuke plant. When you get to 3,000, I want you to level off. Set your heading bug to like probably about a 3-3 heading or somewhere around there. Now to do slow flight, you want to have your reference point way off in the distance so you can see it. Maintain level flight.
That was 3896.
Once again, you know why we do slow flight?
Yep, it's what was flying when we're landing.
Right, so we're trying to keep you control of this airplane. Alright, so anticipate, we're level off at 3. Go ahead, pull power back now. Just level off. Okay, now trim it out to maintain 3. Figure it is good. Airspeed's good. Just want you to trim it out. Now, before we start any maneuver, we're going to do clearing turns. But we're going to do clearing turns during slow flight, because we got to do that anyways. Okay? So we'll get done with the clearing turns and slow flight. I'm going to have you do a power off, stall, full recovery. Yep. Alright, so when you're ready, go into slow flight. Maintain this heading. Remember, you got plus or minus 10 degrees in your heading. And you got plus or minus 100 feet on your altitude. So go into slow flight.
Alright, so we're going to go down to
full power back to about 1700.
1700.
1500 is fine. Probably 1500 today. Now when you get your flap, we're in the flap operating range, so dump it. We'll do all our flaps today. All our flaps? You have to do all 30. Okay. Now he could do no flaps, he could do 10 degrees of flaps, he could do 25 degrees of flaps, he could do flaps 30. So what's going wrong already?
We're losing airspeed.
But you better add power. Add power, add power. Takes a lot of power to hold this. You just busted the maneuver. Alright, see that? How quickly it was?
Because I lost the altitude?
Yep. Yeah. You only have plus or minus 100 feet, so add some power. You should be flying like this. Add power, add power, add power. Takes a lot of power to hold this. Climb back up to 3,000. Now, we should be able to fly about 55 knots today because it's so cool. It's not hot today, okay? Okay, now adjust your power. Now, don't be afraid to put power back in or take it back out. Now, say you're flying nose up like this is the way it should be. Okay? Keep your nose on the nuke plant. See how you're going to maintain your heading? So just once in a blue moon, glance in, make sure your heading bug and that matches up. Yep. You're maintaining 3,000 feet. Try to get a little bit slower. And then turn right to 060 when you're ready. Both flight means go turn, don't turn any faster than nope, nice and slow. Set your heading bug to 060. So these are clearing turns. So we're clearing to the right. We're looking for aircraft to make sure the air is clear of all aircraft before we do any of our maneuvers. We're just flying slow, and it's not really a maneuver per se, but it is. But
there's the tower you're talking.
Yep, so nice and slow. It's a little bit slower in your turn. Now, if it's hot, it would be, we need more power. And then roll out. Now try to get a little bit slower. Watch your altitude. So you can pull up a little bit too.
Yep.
There you go. Make those corrections. Alright, so we've turned to the right. We're only doing how fast we're going. So we're doing 15 miles an hour, 52 miles an hour right now.
Now we'll turn to the left.
We'll turn back to the left to like 330. Okay, now when you turn, what do you lose? If the angle changes with your wing?
You lose lift.
Correct, so you might have to add a little power back.
3896, heading 350.
Nice and slow.
350, heading Skywest 3896, and we have a field type.
A little bit slower in your turn.
3896, roger, you'll be number 2 to the field following a MD-90 on a 1-6-mile straight in.
Okay, we'll be looking. There you go. Perfect.
The Delta 2006 has the field type.
Delta 2006, roger, cleared, visual approach runway 10.
There's the visual 10, Delta 2006.
Just roll out on your point. Look, there's a point there. A nice big smoking tower right there. And then maintain this for a minute. So remember, you got plus or minus 10 degrees, plus or minus 100 feet on your altitude. Alright, so when you're ready, go power to idle, act like you're coming in for it. We'll put the carb heat out, I don't know why, but just go ahead and go to idle, act like you're coming in for a landing. Keep pulling back on the yoke, and then full recovery.
Okay, we're going to power off stall.
Yep. You keep pulling back, pull back. You're trying to make that runway, you're not paying attention. You gotta come to the complete stall.
Got it?
Complete stall. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. Do, Ron.
What's that?
What you do, Ron? Do a 180.
Do a 180.
Yep, what you do, Ron? So, if I put the ground really close to the ground, and put this plane really close to the ground, would you act that slow?
No.
Alright, so I want you to, we do this up here for safety reasons.
Yep.
And the reason is, safe. But, I want you to practice maneuvers like we're near the ground. So I'm going to demonstrate for it. Head to the east. Alright, so, go with idle. Okay? So I'm going to demonstrate the full recovery for you. So you're coming up here.
3896 at traffic, you're following 12 o'clock and 10 miles, ascending out at 3,000.
There it is, full power. Take your nose down, okay? Positive, build up your airspeed, positive ready to climb now. 1 notch of flaps. Next notch of flaps. And last notch of flaps.
And traffic in sight for
power back.
3896.
Now, you notice how little altitude I lost, okay?
Traffic, clear visual approach runway 10.
So, think about the ground right there.
Visual 10, Skywest 3896.
Yep.
Up 296, contact tower 120.3.
20.3, 2006.
Skywest 3896, contact tower 120.3.
Over to
direction?
That's fine. But just turn it away. You can pull back. Go ahead, pull back. Pull it back. Pull it back. Pull it back. Don't be afraid. Pull it back. Pull it back hard. Get a pause. Get you.
Sirius 312 Romeo Kilo, Syracuse approach.
Better. Not good, but better.
Yeah. I was still losing altitude. I was pushing forward, expecting the altitude to come up.
You just had an engine failure. What are you going to do?
I'm going to watch from I go to best glide and look for a place to land.
Okay, you just lost 1,000 feet per minute.
Right there.
You lost 1,000 feet per minute. Okay, well, do a 180. Have you controlled your airspeed at all?
Nope.
Nope.
Not. Nope. Gotta get to best glide.
Yeah, have you done that?
Back to get the best glide.
Keep coming around. Keep coming down. Look to your right. Look to your right. Look right off your wing.
Oh, there's a runway there.
Oh. Son of a bitch. Now, I did that on purpose. Nothing personal. So, in this case, what would you do? Do you care about guest glide anymore?
No.
Why?
No, because you're too high for the runway.
So what could you do?
Slip, forward slip.
Or, because you don't need to come down super fast, what could you fly?
Descend and maintain 2,000.
Slow flight.
This looks pretty familiar to you,
Oh,
doesn't
that's
it?
turns?
No?
Oh, a pattern. Yeah,
Last pattern. Now, you got this plane's not trimmed out very well either. Okay, so we got to break it off here. We got to break it off at 1,500 feet. So, the reason why I did that was because I purposely put fields off to the back right. Because where do you initially look? Off the front. Just boom, boom, that's it, I'm making a decision. Yeah. If you got time, okay, pop it back up to 3. Just turn to the left a little bit. We're just not staying in this area. So you were talking about just pushing it over for best glide, but look what our airspeed was.
It was pretty high. It was above 90. It was maybe 100 something.
Yep. So pull up your checklist. Now there's two different best glides, full gross and empty or light. So we'll split it there. We'll just say 75 knots. So we'll think about 75 knots.
Sirius 312 Romeo Kilo, fly heading 090 vector for sequence.
090 vector for sequence, 2 Kilo.
Yeah, just do turn to the left a little bit. Just kind of do some turns so we're not too far away. And then come off at 2,500 feet. Level off. Now the key to do all your maneuvers in life and fly this plane really well is to have your plane tripped out. Okay, level off 2,500. Leave your power setting where it is. Now, according to you, what you read some videos from some guy here, that you should just push the nose down. So we're building up a lot of airspeed, right?
Building airspeed and we're actually gaining, we're losing altitude.
Yep. So,
Syracuse approach, got 4130.
you have an engine failure right now. Go ahead and do what you thought you read to do.
4130
Push forward.
Syracuse approach.
Why?
Syracuse altimeter 30.
You don't need more airspeed.
We're only at 2,500 feet.
Direct moist
Yeah.
join the
Thank you.
localizer.
Do 180.
Effective the visual running 10 approach.
Now, I can't predict every situation for you.
Yep.
There's a million and one different situations. Now, if you're right over a field, you don't have to worry about best glide. Get your ass down and fly around, do whatever you got to do to get in there, like that runway there. Yep. But now what you should do, if we're flying along, say we're flying around the Adirondacks here, just level off, keep coming around, just keep coming around, turn to when the sun's on the rise, keep turning so the sun's on the rise. I'm just trying to get some speed up here. So when we're flying from point A to point B, right here is good, I guess. So you're flying from point A to point B. Now, there is a lot of fields around it, but what if there wasn't? What if you're trying to make that field out there? See that little field way out there? Right off our nose? Yeah. So, engine failure. So, boom, the engine quit. So what you're going to do is yank it up. Now, look how much altitude I'm going to gain. Now, I got to pitch it down. Okay.
You traded some airspeed for altitude. Because
now I'm going to trim it out, okay? No,
Series 2 Romeo Kilo traffic, 2 o'clock and 3 miles.
I'm just saying that's our only field we got out there. That's our only choice. So if you jammed it down like you said you should do, would you make that field?
No.
That's why I don't agree with him.
Gotcha.
Every situation's different.
Yep.
Now, I'll show you how far we can glide. Now I trimmed it out. Just relax, right?
Yep.
Now you got time. A, B, C, C. We got our airspeed. We got our landing spot picked out. Now I just arbitrarily picked one off in the distance.
Yep.
C is cockpit. Well, now we got time. We got our field picked out. We're flying along and life is good. We can try to do a restart if we can.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we don't get a restart. Then the last C is call Syracuse. Hey, we got an engine failure. We're going in. Crack open your door and land. But do you see how far we can get?
Yeah.
Actually, there's
What's that?
no, it's a little more south. There's like a couple grass strips around here. But we can make that field easy. I just arbitrarily picked one out there.
Yep.
So, lesson learned. Okay. Oh, that power.
Series 2 Romeo Kilo, previously called traffic, no factor.
All right, come up 2500, put your nose, do a left turnout, put your nose back on the new plan. Now, have you done steep turns, one to the left, one to the right?
I have, yeah.
All right.
It's been a while.
All right, so you do it then. Once again, pick a reference point way off into the distance. Actually, turn back a little bit. Keep coming up. See can you see Turning Stone way out there? That's actually, see that building way off on the southeast shore of the lake?
Skywest 41, 34 to maintain.
Southeast.
Way out there.
Yeah,
Put your nose on that.
41, 34.
All right, we want some altitude first?
Yeah, just do 2500, it's fine. And then there's your point. Set your heading bug to whatever heading it is. You got your point out there. Okay, now level off 2500. 12 power back now. Okay, so fly straight level for a minute. See that? That's actually Turning Stone. I don't know if you do that or not.
41.
So fly straight level for a minute, get it trimmed out.
34, Roger, cleared visual approach, runway 10.
Okay?
Cleared visual approach, runway 10. Yeah, 41, 34.
When you're ready, now you got to go to right about here, in between 15, 30, okay? Right. So about 45 or so. Right. So I want you to do one to the left, one to the right. Now when you start this maneuver, you want to add some power and take your hand off the power setting, because you're going to, if you keep your hand on the power setting, you're going to go up and down on it. Once you set your power setting, just maintain it. Okay? Okay,
when you want to maintain 2,500 feet.
In this heading.
We're going to roll
out on this heading, then you do one to the right. Go. When you're ready, add a little power, and go right over. That's it. Now get your hand off the throttle. And get it right over, right there. Not any steeper. Now see the beautiful horizon there? Use that horizon.
Kells, the airport side. Series 2 Romeo Kilo, Roger, you'll be number 2 to the field following CRJ7. Just currently out here at 4 o'clock, sitting at 5,500. Sure, Kilo, thanks.
And missed it. Now go to the right. Your power line just where it is.
Yep.
Syracuse departure, Cherokee 55449, climbing through 1,000.
Losing out.
400.
Cherokee 55449, Syracuse departure, radar contact, proceed on course, Oswego, VFR altitude, your discretion.
Proceed on course, altitude my discretion, Cherokee 449.
Look to the right wasn't so hot, was it?
No, it wasn't hot at all. Left wasn't too bad.
No, left was okay.
No.
That's your own wake turbulence right there. Roll out on your point, so anticipate it out. So what do you think, what went wrong?
2 Romeo Kilo, turn right heading 1.
And then pull power back a little bit. And relax.
150, Romeo. And I've got that traffic in sight.
I don't know what went wrong. So I lost altitude. I didn't pull back far enough.
Clear visual approach, runway 10.
You really steepen your bank up. So the steeper you go with your bank,
Okay.
the more lift you lose.
I'm sorry.
So what you want to do is add a little power. Now, go right over. Put your hands on the controls too. But now, just using my nose to go around my point right there. And I'm just kind of chilling. If you do this right, you just kind of chill. Yeah, my nose looks on the horizon?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep
So you're watching where it's cutting, right? Oh, that angle?
Yeah. Gotta climb up a little bit, so it's correct. So, yeah, I climb up because I took my bank out of it. So see, I'm like right about here is perfect where you need to be.
Pressure 1,100 just south.
How much are you out the window?
Almost the whole time.
Yeah. And you just glancing it down this every so
Once in
often?
a while. I use my horizon, I'm maintaining it. Because you want to look for your
I was looking at this guy too.
Look to your point, there it is.
Yeah.
Roll out, just not on the tree, don't go up a little bit, just for a second, and go right to your right. Now use the same thing again, horizon. Keeping my bank up a little bit.
Contact tower 120.3.
No, I'm not really using any trim, you can use trim. But see how my nose just going right around that horizon. I just kind of let that fly like that. And I'm not doing much, am I doing a lot of corrections?
No, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, West 3029 Syracuse, approach Syracuse Altimeter 30.
I'm going around and round and round and round.
Localizer.
You were closer to 30 degrees on the left-hand turn.
Yeah, a little bit. But you could be like right about here. You know what? This is commercial. And there's our point. There it is right there.
So this is like 60 degrees here?
Yeah. For the private, all you need to do is go like right about there.
Right.
You don't go any further than that. Alright, this is commercial right here. Okay. So it takes a lot of back pressure.
On the commercial side, yeah, okay.
Yeah, just kind of go like that.
Yep.
You have to do them steeper now for I already know. Getting queasy?
No, it's not queasy, just messing with the head.
Contact tower 120.3.
Go to tower, thanks for help.
There's a commercial one right there.
Okay.
Alright, so that's the only performance maneuver you gotta do. The next thing we gotta do, where's the wind coming from? The wind was what? What were the winds?
They were zero.
They're out of the east, right?
They were 080.
Alright, so we need to turn around. See that water tower right there?
Yeah.
Let's come down to 1,500 feet. Oh, you said an engine failure. Go down to 1,500 feet. Right over there.
Sierra is 1.3 east.
An engine failure, so I'm going to go to Best Buy.
No, just keep coming down now. I want you to go to that tower. Give you a specific spot to go to.
Approach.
Let's have you come down kind of quick.
3030.
Okay.
Radar contact
Now.
position altitude as stated.
You ever do turn around the point before?
No, never.
No, neither have I.
Maintain 8,500, thank you.
So we're coming down, it's starting to come down quickly. So we want to start this maneuver with the wind. So the wind's coming out of the east for the most part, right? So we're going to come up. We got to do this at 1,500 feet.
Proceed northbound for your climb, inbound traffic to Syracuse.
Northbound climb, 060.
Yeah, that's 3029, roger, clear visual approach, running 10.
Oh, it's dirt. Oh, no, it's Oswego.
Huh? 3029.
My friend of mine had the
dirt
weekend of Oswego because I saw a track down there, but he brought all the golf carts up there for the week. So we're going to kind of come around a little bit.
We have Oswego in
Now,
Cherokee 449.
you're of age where you probably remember airplanes on the string.
Roger, radar
Yep.
services terminated.
Okay, that's not this maneuver.
Okay. Is approved. Multiple targets within the vicinity of Oswego Airport.
So we're going to start at 1,500 feet. Now our steepest bank is going to be our fastest ground speed, okay? Which is going to be in a second here. And I can show you on the GPS, but you don't want you normally looking at it. So there's the speed right, there's our speed right there, okay? So you want to divide your time between your horizon and your point. Now it's going to see the rivets right there in the center of the wing.
The what? The rivets, yeah.
So that's going to be our point, kind of. And we're just going to slide back and forth off of it. So as I come around, I'm kind of wait, because the other wind's kind of blowing us in a little bit, but I'm scanning back and forth to my horizon and my point there. Okay?
To counter the wind?
Well, you need to maintain 1,500 feet. Yeah, the higher the wind, the more correct it is. See, it's on the forward part of the wing right there?
The wing, yeah.
So that's fine. It's going to come around. There's really not much wind up here. Okay? So I'm coming around. I'm going back and forth to my horizon to maintain 1,500 feet and my point. Now, if it was really windy, you'd have to like crank it around really hard.
So when you say you're going back and forth to the horizon, you're going up to there?
No, see, look at the horizon.
Look
at my horizon.
You're
there.
looking out the front window.
Maintain 1,500 feet.
Just ahead and to your right, it's approximately 1,200.
Now, there's really no wind, so it's kind of boring. when we come around, it's going to go to the back side of the wing. Actually, this is the best turn right here I'm doing anyways, by the way.
Because it's so far behind you?
Yeah, we got to fix it here a little bit. The other one's blowing us away a little bit. Look out front. See, the other one's kind of blowing us away a little bit.
Not really.
Alright, anyways. I think it's a little bit closer there.
Okay, that's closer, yeah.
Now this could be our shallowest bank because we're going into the wind. So notice our airspeed's about 74 knots. See how it's going down right here? If you look on the GPS.
Yeah.
But during the check ride, don't you look on the GPS. I'm just trying to demonstrate it for you.
Yep.
So now we start on the forward part of the wing. I usually like to start on the struts or something, like the leading strut or something. Some kind of reference point. So we want to maintain our altitude. We'll go a little bit faster. But it's kind of boring. There we go. So now I'm going to go loop around. So now I got to use my horizon to maintain. Now see my steepest bank right here? Because the wind's blowing up. So now you got to crab for the wind. Now you notice our airspeed's about 87 knots, 88 knots.
Yeah.
90. Now they go around it.
Coming fast, you're 97.
Yep, so it's going to slide to the back part of the wing now. See that? That's in the back side of the wing.
Why is that?
Just the way it goes around the point. So now I'm using my horizon to maintain 1,500 feet, but now it's going to slide to the forward part of the wing. Okay? Now as I come around, I'm going to start taking my bank out a little bit.
That's because the wind's blowing you? Is that why it's moving?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm just kind of waiting a little bit. And it's kind of, now I'm almost taking my... See, I'm almost flying level right now.
Yeah.
Because of the wind. So now we're going. Now look at our airspeed. It's going down. See that? How we're going into the wind?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just demonstrating that for you. And then as we start to come around, our ground speed's going to increase. We need to increase our bank angle.
Okay. 29 contact time.
Go ahead.
20.3.
Now use your horizon to maintain 1,500 feet. So you got to scan back and forth. It's teaching you to scan. So your nose is going down. So you got to fix it already here.
I was doing that to get down to 15.
So now you're overcorrecting. Okay. Just come down a little bit. So be careful you don't get it blown in a little bit. Back and forth. Now maintain above this altitude. It's perfect. Just keep it coming around from the backside, so keep coming around. So now our ground speed's 111 knots, so you want to turn this bank.
Harder, yeah.
And then as you come around again, you want to start taking it out. Now you also got to crab into the wind a little bit. Now this turns around a point.
Now I can see I'm getting blown away a little bit, right?
Yep. So keep it coming around. Now start taking your... Now crab turn into the point a little bit, but start taking your bank out. Now for the check ride, you do one of three things. Turns around a point, S turns across the road, or a rectangle. Guess where the rectangle is? The pattern. So if you fly a good pattern, okay, you don't have to do these maneuvers. But he could actually do this maneuver. So see when it start coming down a little bit, so don't push it down hard, just correct for it. On a really windy day, you'd be blown over your thing.
Yeah.
So come around one more time. Banking kind of hard. But not, see, the steeper you bank, you got to pull back a little bit more, and that'll keep you on your thing right there. And then it's going to slide back and forth on your wingtip because you're corrected for the winds constantly. Because as you go around the circle, the wind's constantly changing. Yep. So once again, it's teaching you to control your wind and also maintain your reference point.
Yeah.
And so it's doing multiple things.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to use 81 as our next point. Now we're going to reverse it now because we're going to do what's called S turns across the road. So we're going to go to the north. So we draw an imaginary line, aka 81. Yep. That normally should enter the other way because that's our steepest bank, but we can do the reverse. It's fine. About center of the wing, we're going to roll out. Now I know 81 doesn't go in a perfectly straight line. Yep. Just kind of pay attention to where it is. Okay. So the same thing. It's the same principle. Turns around a point. Now we just happen to be going into the wind. Yeah. So it's going to be our shallowest bank. So our fastest ground speed is our steepest bank. Shallowest bank is for our slowest ground speed. So we'll just center 81 right there. So now I'm going to slowly do my turn. Okay. come around, and you try to do half circles, equal half circles on the other side, each side of 81. So now I'm coming around, I'll just maintain 1,600 feet. Now as my airspeed starts to increase, I'm going to start increasing my bank. Now I got to pull back a little bit because I'm increasing my bank.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
So I'm coming around. So when we get over 81, like right about now,
Yep.
I roll out, wings level, I'm going to look to my right, wings level right over 81, and then go to my right. Now this is my steepest bank. Now as we come around, I'm going to slowly start taking my bank out. Now I know it kind of veers off a little bit, so you're just going to kind of have to guess a little bit.
The road does, yeah.
Yeah, so you just kind of get the gas a little bit. And then slowly start taking your bank out. Notice I'm maintaining 600 feet. Just slowly take it out, nice and gentle. And over your point, go over 81, roll a level, and go, your turn.
Go around this way?
Yep, so shallow bank, and as you come around, you start to increase it. Try to do half circles on either side of 81. Your horizon so you don't drop too much. Yeah, keep coming around. Because you're steeping your bank up, so this way you descend a little bit. Yeah, okay. Now roll level, just for a second. There's 81. Now just kind of look way off the distance and use the 81 way up that way. Now this is our steepest bank because our fastest ground speed. And as we come around, you want to take it out. Slowly take your bank out because we're going into the wind now. You can see our airspeed's dropping here. Now I don't want you looking on the GPS.
Yeah, right.
Keep coming around a little bit more and just try to look out that way because that's the way we were going. And you got to pretend that there it is. Okay, that's fine. All right, so turn to the right so we go to the tower there.
Right at the tower?
No, get away from the tower.
Away from the tower.
I don't want to hit the tower.
Yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah.
All right. The last thing we're going to do today. So that's all your air maneuvers, by the way.
Okay. That's it for the check ride?
That's it. Not a lot, is it?
No, it's got to get better at it.
Oh, it takes time. And I don't spend a ton of time in turns on a point that turns across the road. I'll do them from time to time.
Yeah.
But once you solo, you can do them on your own.
Yeah.
Because you got to know how to do them in case he asks you to do it. But, okay, instrument flying. Will these fit over your, should fit over your glasses? I got the plane for a second here. I'm going to pop this up a little bit. Okay, now what do you look at?
Well,
what instruments are you going to look at?
I'm going to look at the,
that becomes your outside world.
Yeah.
So, fly straight and level. Try to climb up to 2,000 and fly straight and level. We're going to help Syracuse out today, and you get to do some,
okay.
Some instrument time.
Oh, that's why they're doing training on.
Yeah, so we'll help them out a little bit. Procedure, select approach. ILS 10, we'll get vectors, load, activate, and we're gonna put solve it in there. Now, I'll do the radio calls because you'll be like, what the hell, so don't worry about that so much. Daily, okay, level 2,000 now. Now, you don't want to fixate on this right here, right? So let's check our thing here because we're doing all sorts of weird maneuvers. So you know how I always harp on you about your heading bug?
Yeah.
So he's going to give you directions, okay? He's going to give you vectors to the ILS.
Yeah.
Okay, for the solve is the final approach fix. We got 109.9 in here. So we're going to set this to 10. He just became an airline pilot, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't read shit, but I can.
Let's switch our fuel tanks first before we call Syracuse.
Alright, so fuel pump on?
Yep, go to the left tank. Now, everything we do, instrument flying, is methodical. Okay, you do 30-degree banks, you do 500 to 700 foot climbs and descents, you do nothing harsh. No, climb up to 2,100 feet, because that's where we want to be at. And then level off at 2,100. And then maybe do a couple turns before we go in. Okay?
Syracuse approach, 707 Alpha Golf is...
and I tell people, don't cheat, because if I throw you in the clouds, you can't cheat. So.
Right.
You You're only hurting yourself. Okay, so turn right to 300. So set your heading bug to 300.
Fly heading 290.
Don't. That's a standard return. Don't go any steeper than that.
290 on the head.
Try to maintain 2100.
Departure Skywest 5992, climbing 1,700 for 4,000.
Skywest 5992, Syracuse departure radar contact.
Bad heading on my part. Okay, keep going to 300.
Maintain 10,000.
Bus 330.
And roll out. Anticipate your roll out. Just think, remember, just like anything else planned out, look at your attitude indicator. No human can fly in the clouds without our instruments.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at it.
This is your main instrument.
Yep.
They don't always harp on you to look outside.
Yep.
This is the main, this is like 80% of here. If you go to here, go back to here. If you go over to your GPS, go back to here. Now, this is our right here is what we're going to shoot the ILS on.
Yep.
We got a flag right now for our glide slope, but that's okay. So everything's looking good, okay? So you ready to do this?
Yeah.
So he's going to give us vectors.
Traffic, 1 o'clock and 1 miles appears eastbound, type and altitude unknown.
Looking for traffic, 38254. Can we get a request to turn to the 10, do the ILS 10, full stop? Turn to the south a little bit.
254, fly heading 220, maintain VFR's vector for the ILS runway 10.
220 for the ILS 10, 254.
5992, proceed direct dimes.
Direct dimes, 5992.
Turn to nothing sharp. Anticipate your rollout.
Vector 254, will this be a full stop in Syracuse?
This will be a full stop, 254.
Skywest 5992, contact Cleveland Center 127.47.
2747, Skywest 5992.
Now, when you fly in bad weather, it's not really smooth. Unless you get a really rainy, those rainy, showery days.
It's never this smooth, and you really can't. You can't cheat. I mean, it's hard not to see the ground.
Right, I know.
You know?
But I'll take you in the clouds, you'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
This is just to introduce. All we try to do is, for your private, is if you get jacked up,
yep,
you can get yourself out of it. Now, I would assume you get nervous, okay?
Yeah.
What's one thing you can do if you fly into the clouds and you're all panicking? What could you do?
180-degree turn.
You're in the clouds. You're in the clouds. You're in panic mode. What could you do to get out of that? You just flew into a lake effect snowstorm and golfed you. You can't do it. See that autopilot right there?
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah,
Click it on.
Turn it on.
Click it on. So I just want you to tell you that. So
okay. So
that will wing level you. Okay.
Okay.
Think about being stressed.
Turn left heading 190.
Okay. 190, 254. We're in a calm situation. I'm asking you a question. I guarantee if you flew into the clouds with your wife, you'd be like, holy shit.
Yes.
And you would be panic stricken. If you get that, hit the autopilot on.
Approach 060, jumper stupid.
What would go wrong if you did a 180 and you're stressed? What could go wrong with that?
Spin stall.
Operation correcting in 2 minutes, approximately 20 miles.
That's what they tell you in the book, which is easy to read, but in reality, things are going to be very different.
Hard to do.
Because you've never really been in the clouds.
Yep.
You can't see anything. And I get facial disorder because I have to cock my head like this, and I always feel like the plane's going to the right. It goes away, but... Okay, we're 5 miles from Salvo. We do a pre-landing check. Lights.
Carb heat is on.
Is it on? We'll take, leave it off. Just verify it.
Off.
Yep.
Gas is on the left tank, and the fuel pump is on. Undercarriage is down and welded. Mixture. Props and safety belt. I've been practicing that one. I'm off my direction. But than that in the car.
We still got flags, but there's a dead area around here. We're 109.9.
Number 7 Alpha Golf, turn left heading 280.
That's 280, 7 Alpha Golf.
Those V-lock, so we should have done it.
What's that flag saying? Doesn't have the signal?
We don't have the glide slope yet, but there's a couple dead areas around here, so.
Okay.
So I know, see, we got V-lock ID, so it knows it's 109.9, which is the ILS for 10.
Okay. So we're still at 2,100 feet. 90, so we're headed south. We're going to take a 90-degree turn to the left.
Now, he's going to give you a 30-degree intercept.
Yep.
So he'll turn us to like a 130 heading here in a minute.
Yep. You're letting him do this to...
Approach 60, jumpers away.
That's twofold. I got to do an instrument. I can do some instrument time with you anyways, and they needed to do an instrument training, so it works out well. Because I would just give you vectors like he's doing anyways, and you can climb the distance it anyway, so. But this one doesn't have a flag. Interesting. Let's see what we got here. We could have a problem with...
Approach 60 is going to make another pass.
Okay, 060, roger. Archer 254, 4 miles from Salva, turn left heading 120. Maintain VFR until establishment localizer cleared ILS runway 10 approach.
Left 120, maintain the VFR, cleared ILS 10 approach.
Bring him in a little closer than 30-degree turn.
Yep, so just kind of roll out right here. Actually turn back about 10 degrees. Okay, so, oh, you know why? It's on GPS, that's why. There we go. No more flags. Right about here, it's good. Don't go any further.
Boop, boop, boop. Back to 2,100 feet.
Okay, we got everything situated. We're, went the runway 10 here.
About 7 Alpha Golf, send maintain 3,000.
Down to 3,000, 7 Alpha Golf.
Alright, we're 2 miles from Salva. This will start coming in a minute. Both these will start coming in a minute.
He's going to turn us on to final?
Nope, he already did that.
Oh, he did.
Approach 60, jumpers in 1 minute.
Skyline 060, roger.
I know that needle's starting to come alive. The other one's starting to come in, and this one's starting to come in.
Yeah, 4942, Syracuse approach. Syracuse September 3030, proceed direct. Salva vector for the visual, runway 10 approach.
Now if this starts to come in, you're going to turn to 100. Let it come in a little bit more.
Parachute operation commencing in 1 minute, approximately 20 miles.
Slowly start coming over to 100.
8,500.
Right about here. Stop like right here a little bit.
We are 4942, verify you have information, go.
Roll out.
have gold. Gotcha, thank you.
Turn back to your right a few degrees. Like right about there.
Approach 060, jumpers away.
Skyline 060, roger.
Alright, so we're about a mile from Salva.
How do you know that? Because it's on there? Okay.
Next 254, contact tower 120.3.
Go to tower 120.3, talk to you later. Answer tower 38254, ILS 10.
Archer 38254, Syracuse Tower, wind 090 at 9er, runway 10, clear to land.
Clear to land 10254. Okay, see now this needle's coming in here? Yep. And this needle's coming in here pretty good. And just kind of fly this in, it's perfect. Alright, so now, we're almost over Salva. You're going to pull power back a little bit, put 10 degrees of flaps out. Not yet, wait a little bit. And I'll tell you when the foggles up. Everything's looking good. getting down about 1700, notch your flaps. Now we got to come down at this point, okay? So look at your attitude indicator. Where are you going?
Going up.
Going about 500 feet descent rate. Perfect. It's called crossing the swords right here.
Yep. Gotta come a little right and a little
So
down.
see, I was going to the left a little bit, so you guys go towards you. Just make a little correction to the left.
You gotta go where the needle goes?
Yep.
So I need to pull, I'm a little low.
You're a little low, but just kind of you're overcorrecting. And a little power. There you go. Now you're going to see a marker go off here in a minute. In a little bit. That's our decision height. Right there. Stay right on your heading bug.
Right on my heading bug, okay.
Just like an airliner now. Now keep it coming down a little bit more, but set your trim for that. So you're not flying level like that. So you're a little, because you want to come down because you don't want to stay in the clouds, which you'll never see the runway, and then you have to go miss.
Yep.
You're coming down. Keep it just below the white line on your attitude indicator.
Below the, okay, got it.
Now turn to the right a little bit so you get off your heading bug. Now your needle's tracking.
Yeah.
Small corrections. Oh. That's fine. Now keep it coming down. Get on your heading bug. Pull power back a little bit now.
Syracuse Tower, Navajo 707 Alpha Golf, visual 10. Navajo 707 Alpha Golf, Syracuse Tower, wind 110 at 10, number 2, runway 10, clear to land.
Left a little bit.
107 Alpha Golf.
All correction. It's a totally different flying than from your private.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, do steep turns, all this crap. Now everything's just methodical and easy.
Yep.
There, now you're on it. Turn back to your right.
So what are you flying? Are you flying this more than that, or?
Doing all, you're scanning.
Doing it all, yeah.
You fixate on one, you're going to get messed up.
Yeah. Getting messed up.
I want to show you how low you can get. And I've shot this approach to this altitude without seeing the ground until now. Actually, you pick up the strobes and you're the happiest person in the world.
Yeah, but...
You just pull power back a little bit. There you go.
Not looking out the window yet.
Tell you what, right about now, lift it up. Lift it. This is how low you can get. Okay. Yep. Land the plane. Power back, right idle. Don't worry about the flaps, at least flaps 10. You can land flaps 10. Syracuse Tower, 104, Yankee Papa. Don't touch yet. Walk it down the runway a little bit. Don't flare this high.
Okay, 1 Syracuse Tower, wind 100 at 9 intersection, taxiway Yankee Papa, clear to land, remains south of runway 28.
Clear to land, Yankee Papa, remaining south of 28, Air 1. There's off. Gotcha. I don't know how close that plane is behind it. And that's instrument flying.
And Archer 254 going to your hangar?
Yep, signature main, actually.
Archer 254, taxi signature via Golf Hotel November, remains frequency.
Golf Hotel November 254. You can go right there, come on. And that's instrument flying.
We didn't hit that hard.
Nope. I was going to have you go a little bit faster and just turn it November, but...
Gotcha. I I didn't think to put power in.
Not a big deal. A Metro, those are old school. Planes are from the 80s.
Funny looking.
Navajo 7 Alpha Golf, traffic 3 miles, correction, 3 o'clock, 2 miles, inbound for south side of the field, and will remain south of runway 10 at all times.
7 Alpha Golf, roger.
Rainy.
Sounds like it.
Air 1 traffic, 10 o'clock and mile and a half on final for runway 28.
Air 1 traffic to Navajo at your 11 o'clock, 2 miles on final for runway 10 to 1000.
Traffic inside Air 1.
Thanks.
Yeah, he jumped in.
Oh no, I didn't.
So the other guy jumped in on him and told him what was going on right away.
Tower commute is 4942 on the visual 10.
Commute there 4942, Syracuse Tower, wind 100 at 9er, runway 10, cleared to land.